the officials of Uasin Gishu County Enterprise Development Fund to come in first, and those of the Eldoret Water and Sanitation Company. If you have those, then we'll let the rest come in as we move on. So I think we are ready to start our meeting. I will start the meeting with a word of prayer by my vice chair using the standard prayer, parliamentary prayer.
Thank you, Chair. Let's pray. Almighty God, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor and blessings as your servants whom you have been pleased to call to leadership positions in this republic. We seek guidance to treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interests you have committed to our charge.
Amen.
Amen.
The agenda of our meeting today is meeting with County Executive of Uasin Gishu to consider the implementation status of the House resolution on Eldoret Water and Sanitation Company Limited, Uasin Gishu District Hospital, Tarbo Level 4 Hospital, Huruma Level 4 Hospital, and Uasin Gishu County Cooperative Enterprise Development Fund in Uasin Gishu County for the financial year 2024-2025. Let me have a proposer and a second, members.
Chair, I propose.
Thank you, Senator Mbugua. Thank you, Senator Peris Tobiko. Now we want to do a round of introductions, starting with members on my right.
Good afternoon. I'm Peris Tobiko from Kajiado County, a member of the committee.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Senator George Bugwa, member of this committee. Governor and your team, karibu sana to the big city.
I'm Senator Beth Siango from Kitui County, the vice chair to the committee. Governor and your team, you are welcome.
Thank you so much, Secretariat.
Yusuf Shumai, collector of the committee.
Lilian Waweru, legal counsel.
Katana Kainde, research officer.
Victor Kimani, Hansard and Audio Services.
Just Patingeno, media relations officer.
All right. Auditor General.
Good afternoon, Chair, honorable members, Your Excellency the Governor and your team. My name is Mark Kashanja from the Office of the Auditor General, and with me is the auditor responsible for Uasin Gishu, and I invite him to put himself on record.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Matthew Ngusia, Deputy Director of Audit in charge of Eldoret Regional Office. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon. My name is Joseph Wambua, representing the Office of Control of Budget.
Okay, that's Control of Budget. Okay. Treasury.
Good afternoon, Chair, honorable members. I'm Dr. Jackson Lungo from the National Treasury. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Brian Sunguya, Atati Research.
Thank you so much. Now, Governor, it's your turn to introduce yourself and your delegation.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members. With me is a team from various departments. You have heard of the hospitals and the Enterprise Fund, together with the elders. I will allow each one of them to introduce themselves.
We might need to know you first, then we go to the members.
Jonathan B. is my name, Governor Uasin Gishu. I think I look familiar.
You look familiar, yes.
Honorable Chair, honorable members, my name is Mika Rogon, the CCM for Finance and Economic Planning. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Chair, honorable members, I am Kipleting Mengiche, the Director in charge of County Enterprise Development Fund. Uasin Gishu County. Thank you.
Chair and members of this committee, Your Excellency, my name is Sheila Rusey, General Manager for Finance, Eldoret Water.
Chair and honorable members, I'm Mr. Eliud Kipkorir, the Chief Finance Officer.
Chair and honorable members, good afternoon. My name is Philip Meli. I'm the County Secretary. Chair and honorable members, good afternoon. My name is Lawrence Tanoi, Managing Director, Eldoret Water and Sanitation Company.
Chair and honorable members, my name is Dr. Philip Chebunet, CCM Trade and Enterprise and Cooperative.
Good afternoon, Chair and honorable members. My name is Meto Sylvester. I'm the County Attorney.
Chair and honorable members, good afternoon. My name is Mr. Elfas Kisio, Chief Officer, Cooperative and Enterprise Development.
The others might need to stand so that I can see you.
Chair, honorable members, my name is Boaz Kimeli Bulbul, the County Solicitor, County Government of Uasin Gishu.
Thank you.
Chair, honorable members, my name is David Tanoi from the Department of Cooperatives, County Government of Uasin Gishu.
Thank you. Is that all from you, Governor? I think so. And I'm Jones Maruma, Senator representing Taita Taveta, Chair to this committee. Now let's have oath administered to the Governor.
Chair, can I go on record?
Yes, please.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, Excellency. My name is Senator Hamida Kibwana, member of this committee.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair, members, Governor and your team. Good afternoon. My name is Senator Chimera, Kwale County, member of this committee. Good to see you, Governor.
Thank you.
I go ahead or I wait for the chair? Chair, I'm ready.
Yes, go ahead, please.
I, Jonathan B. Chalilim, do solemnly swear that the evidence that I shall give before this committee in respect of the matters before the committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Please table the documents that you shall be relying on in this engagement.
Honorable Chair, I'm tabling the tabling of documents by County Executive to Honorable Chair. I hereby table the following documents before the committee: management responses and accompanying annexures for the following entities for the financial year 2024-2025. Eldoret Water and Sanitation Company Limited. 2. Uasin Gishu District Hospital. 3. Turbo Level 4 Hospital. 4. Uruma Level 4 Hospital and Uasin Gishu County Cooperative Enterprise Fund. The fifth document.
Thank you. So, Governor, members, we had tabled our report by 31st of March, as it is required by a statute. And we made a raft of recommendations to the county and different entities that we do oversight together. Today, we have met to look at the status of the implementation of the recommendations made by the House. Auditor and the Governor and members, we want to start with the Uasin Gishu County Enterprise Development Fund statements for the financial year 2024-2025. Auditor, by the way, did you have opportunity to look at this and engage with the governor?
Thank you, Chair. We had an opportunity to review the response and also engage with the members of the various entities of the county. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much. So let's look at the first issue. That was the issue of non-performing loans. Go through that issue and then the governor will give us a response on the status of the recommendation of the Senate. Auditor can go through the issue.
Thank you, Chair. Non-performing loans. The statement of financial position reflects non-current receivables from exchange transaction balance of Kenya shillings 474,302,838, which include long-term loan repayments due of Kenya shillings 449,141,769, as reflected at note 29 to the financial statements. Review of loan records held by the fund revealed that the loans were advanced to 105 cooperative societies. However, examination of the loan amortization schedules revealed that loans totaling Kenya shillings 340 million 65,618.95 advanced to 91 cooperative societies had no recoveries made during the year under review, which is contrary to Section 118, subsection 5 of the Uasin Gishu County Cooperative Enterprise Development Act of 2016 that requires loanees to repay the borrowed sums and interest on such terms and conditions as may be prescribed. Further, review of the loan records for the 91 cooperative societies whose status indicated default revealed the following observations. Loan balance of Kenya shillings 340 million 65,619 include loans advanced to 57 primary cooperative societies affiliated to Moisoi Farmers Cooperative Union amounting to Kenya shillings 285 million and accumulated interest of 37,698,090. The loans were disbursed on different dates between February 2019 and June 2022 through an understanding that the loan repayment was to take effect upon operation of a maize milling plant at Moisoi Farmers Cooperative Union. Fiscal verification carried out in August 2025 revealed that the construction of the milling plant did not secure the issued loans that has attracted cumulative accrued interest of Kenya shillings at 7. The outstanding loan balance of Kenya shillings 340 million 69 includes Kenya shillings 47,067,628 advanced to 28 cooperative societies. However, the fund did not charge any interest on and therefore unqualified understatement of interest income and understated loan balance. 3. The fund committee has not developed a policy on provision for bad and doubtful debts. In the circumstances, the accuracy and recoverability of the receivables from exchange transaction balance of Kenya shillings 340 million 65,619 could not be confirmed. Thank you, Chair.
Governor, can you give us your implementation status?
Thank you, Chair. Once again, allow me to congratulate you because I've never appeared before you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the new role. And as a county, we are very happy wherever we are given a date to these committees because we learn quite a number of issues. So allow me to respond to the issue. Management implementation status. 1. Financial restructuring of Kenya shillings 285 million that was advanced to Moi Soy loans. The management has undertaken a debt to share.
Chair, point of order, Chair.
Yes,
If we can
Senator
get to
Tobiko.
if we can be guided on where
Guide
the
members,
governor is
please,
reading, so
where
that
we
we
are
can
reading
be
the
together.
Page 27 on management implementation status. Can I repeat this to read?
Yes, please.
Page
Just
27.
are we there, members? Page 27 of the response. Okay. Go
So,
ahead, Governor.
statement number 1 is financial restructuring on Kenya shillings 285 million Moise loans. The management has undertaken a debt to share conversation, also known as a debt equity, with 57 primary cooperatives that took the loan to purchase shares at the Moi Soy Union milling plant. Consequently, the parties, the CDF, Moi Soy Union, and each of the 57 primary cooperatives signed a tripartite agreement enabling the transfer of shares as to 1,000 ordinary shares with a par value of 5,000 from each of the 57 societies. The total fully paid shares acquired by the CDF in the share capital of Union in lieu of the 285 million debt is 57,000 shares. Section 21, formerly Section 20 in the Defunct Act of 2016 of the Uasin Gishu County Enterprise Development Fund Act 2026 empowers the fund to enforce or realize any security related to any loan that has reached its term of repayment. Subsequently, the debt to shares or debt to equity conversation and the classification between liabilities and net assets. Equity are governed primarily by IPSAS 41 financial instruments and IPSAS 28 presentation. The project is currently ongoing and expected to be complete and operational on or before 30th June 2027. The money trail case is currently under review by Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission EACC unit investigating the utilization of the value of 285 million Kenya shillings. I have provided also annexures, ordinary share certificate used to CDF, a copy of debt to share agreement between Moiso Farmers Cooperative Union Limited and CDF, minutes of the CDF committee and CDF Act 2026. Thank you.
Thank you, Auditor. Have you reviewed that response and what is still outstanding?
Thank you, Chair. We have reviewed the response, the documents that are cited in the response. However, the issue is still not, the recommendations have not been implemented because the main issue is the recovery of the amount that was loaned. And as at the time of review, nothing had been recovered from the loans. Thank you, Chair.
Governor, that is where the problem is. That the money was loaned to the cooperatives, but it has not been recovered. Now, say it in English. How do you think this money would be recovered? You know, there's debt to equity, you know, all that is technical language. But in English, how do you intend to recover that money?
Allow me, Chair, to give the funds manager to explain this.
Yes, please.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Excellency. I think as a fund, we try in as much as possible to secure the public funds that has been dispersed to Moisoi Milling Farmers Cooperative Society Union. In a sequence, there were three options that we wanted to undertake. One is maybe to either enforce as per the Act, Section 21, whereby we recover the money by seizing the assets, or probably undertaking any other measure that is brutal to the union. But in converting this money or this loan to equity, we were trying to cure two things. One, we have 8,000 members that belong to the Moiso Union. if we undertook any other measure other than actually conversion of these shares to secure our public money, we would have actually jeopardized the socio-economic mission of the members of that union. But two, looking at the liabilities and the assets of the union, the liabilities are 368 million. Vis-a-vis total assets of 64 million. It would have actually given us an opportunity to recover very little amount of the 285 million. So in a sense, we were giving ourselves a path to secure the public funds, but also giving us time to complete the project. As we speak, Chair, works are undergoing because of the money that the union has received from SWED. And two, we have also advanced the union last year 10 million. So we are looking forward to completing this project by March, probably by end of June 2027. When we do operationalize fully, then the fund will be able to sell back the shares to the primary cooperatives, but also we will be open to actually sell the shares to any other person who is willing to buy the shares. But more so, in the meantime, before those shares are sold, we can be able also to get some money back to the fund through dividends. Thank you, Chair.
What was these 57 cooperatives supposed to do?
Actually,
what are they for?
Thank you, Chair. In 2018, 57 primary cooperatives from two constituencies or sub-counties came together from Moiben and Soy to form a union to develop a milling plan to arrest some of the problems that we were facing as cereals farmers. We gave each of the 57 primary cooperatives 5 million between February 2019 and June 2022 to purchase shares in the union for the construction of this milling plant.
Yes.
Thank you, Chair. Maybe the team can explain to the committee, because we know cooperatives are governed by the Cooperatives Act, and they're supposed to have annual general meetings and to have financial statements. In fact, they are regulated and supervised by the county because it's a devolved function. So maybe they can inform to this committee whether these cooperatives actually do have AGMs, whether they have financial statements which are audited, and whether the cooperatives department actually supervises them, so that then we're able to see whether there's any hope of recovery, whether these cooperatives are actually being able to meet their obligations. Thank you, Chair.
Yes, have the cooperatives complied with the Cooperative Act?
Manager. Thank you, Chair. The Moisoi Farmers Cooperative Union has complied with section, the Cooperatives Act section Cap 490 fully. They undertake, or they actually do their AGMs, they do audit, and actually the audits are done by through our department. So the compliance at the union is full.
So can you say the money was used to do whatever it was supposed to do?
Yes, we can. We can confirm that actually the money was utilized in the purpose it was intended for.
Senator Tobiko.
Yeah, Chair. I wanted to take a different direction, maybe for us to understand the situation better and the action that the county government has taken from the time they were last here, the committee's recommendations. So if we can go to the specific committee recommendations, and the governor confirms to us on recommendation 1, this is what I've been able to do. Recommendation 2, this is what I've done, like that, so that we understand what the county, the efforts that the county government and the deliberate measures they have taken to meet the requirements or the recommendations of this committee. Chair, I think that will guide us better.
So we can test that. The first recommendation.
Chair, just an addition on the same, because
Yes,
if they have not followed the committee's recommendations, what made it impossible for you to do as the committee had recommended?
Okay, you know where the recommendations are. Is it possible to just answer to the recommendations? For example, the governor ensures that the fund administrator immediately complies with Section 20 of the Uasin Gishu Cooperative Enterprise Development Fund 2016 by initiating recovery proceedings as civil debt, enforcing security, or other measures on the entire 340,065,618 portfolios with urgent focus on accounting for and recovering the Kenya shillings to 85 million disbursed to the Moisoi milling plant project. Now, if you have not implemented these recommendations, what are the challenges?
Thank you, Chair. I think the first recommendation was the one that the governor was reading to the members of this committee. You see, in Section 20 of the former Act, which actually it is now Section 21 in the Act of 2026, mandates the fund to enforce any security or other measures on the loans that have been given and not repaid. So when you look at what we were talking about in part 1 of the implementation status, we were talking about now the debt to equity. So we took the other measures to try to, first of all, secure the money as we actually operationalize the milling plant.
Okay. Now, the other one was Governor directs that no further appropriations to be made to the fund. Have we had further appropriations to the fund?
Chair, let me say, the management has reviewed the long-term viability of the fund and has developed a serious credit policy that was approved by the County Executive Committee in May 2026. The management has also demonstrated sustainability path through improved recovery measures and developed a credible sustainability plan that was approved by the County Enterprise Development Fund. The recoveries are as shown below in page 28. You will see how it has been done. And that the management notes that the recommendation and confirms that comprehensive review of the fund's loan portfolio has been undertaken and interest has been computed and captured in the ensuing the ensuing financial year 2025-2026, and the responsible officers directed to pursue the principal and interest accrued in the arrears. Number 4 also is that EACC currently is undertaking investigation, and the County Executive Committee pursuant to Regulation 199(1)J of the Public Finance Management County Government Regulations 2015 undertook a review of the fund's long-term viability and noted that the fund is feasible and beneficial to residents of Uasin Gishu as evidenced by fresh approval. The Uasin Gishu County Assembly concurred with the executive and thus approved the extension of life for the fund. Maybe, Chair, just to give you an overview.
Yeah,
this was
that overview.
Yes, this was
just for my comfort. Are you appropriating any money to that fund from the exchequer, county exchequer?
We have not.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that is the recommendation.
But I wanted to give a background,
yes,
Chair, that this Moisoi milling plant was in Gishu farming county. You all know that, and we are told we are feeding Kenya. I don't know how true is that, but that's what we are doing. And the farmers decided through cooperatives to come together and create their own milling plant so that they will be able to value add on the cereals. But again, having brought together all the cooperatives, the ones you are calling primary cooperatives, the 57 of them, they formed a union. But somewhere along the line, they were supposed to have been completed within 1 year, but it stalled. So what we are trying to do right now is to jumpstart this. We had a problem in the last time I came here. We requested the committee to visit the Moisoi plant itself, and the previous chair, Senator Ososi, was there, and the team. As a few of you maybe were there, and we looked at it. We are trying to compare the amount of money they say they have put to that milling plan vis-a-vis the value for that money. And Chair, I want to say we are very committed as a governor myself, because these are my people and these are the people who have come together. We have encouraged them to form cooperatives, and we want this milling plan to kick off and start very soon. I think the understanding was once it is operational, they will be able now to get this money back, the 285 million. So it's not yet operational, but we are looking for ways and means on how to make it that it works, and we start moving on. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. My other question would be, why are you giving these loans to the cooperatives without any security?
Thank you, Chair. The Act, as it is, actually was structured in such a way that the loans are given without security to cooperative societies.
Okay. What is this that you're calling a debt to shares conversion or debt to equity? Just for a layman, what would you say?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chair. I think what the fund did was, first of all, because we didn't have any security attached to these loans, we try to as much protect or actually conserve the money that belongs to the public by taking the shares that belong to the primary cooperatives in the union. Say that now the primary cooperatives surrendered their shares back to the fund. In a sense, that acts as our collateral for our funds that are in the union. So what we are saying is that we are having a financial asset as a fund in the union, so that anytime we can be able to convert and make it liquidate it for the fund to get back its money. Thank you.
No, this is a very difficult concept. People who don't do finance, they don't do finance. So you want to complete this milling plant. How do you intend to complete the milling plant?
First thing, after we came out of Senate in March, I think the governor appointed a technical team to look into Moisoi and to support the union in the construction of that, the completion of that milling project. Number two, we changed because we had a governance risk. The county actually made sure that the board of directors of the union got a new board of directors of the union. Number three, we have worked with SWED so that the union now has in their account some money that can assist us to actually complete this project. So we are looking forward in the next 3 months to be able to complete the civil works, bring the power, and SWED has promised to bring in another 56 million to do the milling machine. So hopefully by March we should be able to complete that project.
Where are you getting that 56 million from?
From SWED, our partner. Yes.
Okay.
They've already given us 26 million. They've already given the union 26 million. In the next few months, they're going to actually dispatch another 56 million.
Okay. So, auditor, do you think this is something we can keep in view? Because we've been told the next 3 months we'll get the funds and
maybe, Chair, it is good to know that this is a grant from partners, just a grant.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Beautiful. So I think we can keep this issue in view. This is the first time I'm coming across this issue. That's why maybe I'm asking very many questions. But what the auditor asked is important. In this bundle of documents, do you have evidence that you have complied with the Cooperative Act in terms of doing the meetings each year? Can we cite them here? Minutes of annual general meetings and so on.
Of the union?
Yes.
We didn't attach any, but actually we can provide them as soon as we get back.
So I think in 2 weeks, just provide the documents, show that there is compliance. with the Cooperatives Act.
Thank you, Chair.
Auditor, anything else that would require?
Yeah, maybe the confirmation of the other cooperatives, just to see if they were viable and if they were also submitting the financial statements.
That is the 57 cooperatives.
That's correct, Chair.
So how would you do that, Governor, to make sure that the 57 cooperatives in which money was loaned to are compliant?
Manager.
Thank you very much. We have about most of them are compliant. So we will also get the audit reports for those that are that have done the reports of the 57.
How much time do you require for that?
For those that have actually complied with the audits, we will
Let's
give
have
those
for
as soon as
all
possible.
of them, and they would have a list of those that have complied and those that have not complied. Okay.
Thank you, Chair.
Is it also possible to know when they were formed? This is an issue of 2018, 2018-19.
Yes.
Okay.
Some cooperatives were formed earlier than 2018.
Earlier than and
Yes.
some were formed in 2018.
Not many,
And when
because
was the money disbursed to the cooperatives?
between February 2019 and June 2022.
That is when the money was disbursed.
Yes, to the cooperatives. Yes.
I don't know. I must be imagining something. That they must have been formed for something. They could have been formed for a particular reason.
So you take note that I was not governor then.
But you hold governments in perpetuity, so
Before we issue loans,
yes,
Chair, before we issue loans, actually, we demand that they give us the registration certificates, so we have all the registration certificates belonging to those 57 cooperative societies. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Senator Mbuga.
Thank you, Chair. Just on observation, Chair. Anytime we have an entity coming where we needed an update from the EACC on what they have been doing, they always don't turn up. This is one case, because if you read the response from the governor, there is what the EACC were told to do. We would have gotten an update today. So I think,
unfortunately, EACC is not yet to respond.
I don't know how we'll be ensuring that when an entity is coming and there is an update required from EACC, they are here. I don't know why they run away anytime they have an
We
issue.
want to cast, they are our partners, and we want to cast aspersions as much. They'll be on 27th.
Okay.
The DG and the chair.
Well guided,
Ask
Chair.
them
On
to-
recommendation number 3, Governor, the committee had specifically recommended that you take action. In your response, I'm seeing that you have noted the recommendation. Maybe you can just tell this committee whether you intend to take any action, or you have forgiven them, or you think they are good people. Just confirm whether you are going to adhere to this recommendation or not.
Yes, Governor.
Chair, maybe Senator Mbugwa will need to clearly read out that number 3, that the governor was to cause disciplinary proceedings to be instituted against the fund administrator, the loan management committee, and all responsible officers for the failure to charge interest and enforce repayments, and hold them personally liable. So these are the things we want to understand from the governor. Was this done?
Governor.
Yes, thank you, Chair. First, let me say the board that was there before, now they have gone. We have a new board that we have faith on. And then I have also appointed a new CEC, Fresh Blood, which I think is keen to follow the matter to the letter. And again, we are following exactly. We want to see what this money has done, the value for money in that in that cooperative. So I am keen on it.
Okay, so they say that those people may not be there. This fresh blood, quote unquote.
Chair.
So do we have?
Chair.
Yes, Senator Tomiko.
Chair, are you comfortable with that response?
No, I was actually talking only that you stopped. And I might not become, when we're not comfortable, still I ask further questions. But I'm asking if when they did an audit as the fresh blood, do you think that the money was used in what was supposed to be used for? Because then you're saying you have fresh blood. Have we done some audit, internally?
Chair, there was a time we did evaluation where the government valuer to see how much has gone to that, how much has been utilized, but we found there was a difference of almost 100 million that we could not account for. That's why we invoked the ESCC so that they can follow up these other funds that we are not seeing.
Members,
But
I think because ESC is following up on the case and they are more experienced on this, we don't need to flog it further unless anybody has a further question. We might need to
It's not a question, Chair, but a follow-up on the recommendation number 5, that the governor was supposed to commission an urgent independent review of the fund's long-term viability, including whether it should be restructured or wound up under Regulation 199. And I think it's only fair for the governor maybe to respond to that recommendation because it was forwarded to them and it's important they tell us whether they took it.
Yeah, actually responded to that, but governor can answer that again for the sake of.
okay, let me just read how it was. The County Executive Committee pursuant to registration 197-1J of Public Finance Management, County Government Regulations 2015 undertook a review of funds' long-term viability and noted that the fund is visible and beneficial to residents of Uasin Gishu as evidenced by a fresh approval. The county Uasin Gishu County Assembly concurred with the executive and thus approved the extension of life for the fund.
Okay, Senator Mbuga, you got that?
Yes, I got it, but maybe the recommendation was an independent one, not an internal one, because Governor, and when these things were being done, as you keep on saying, you are not there. There was some politics in between, and the reason why we wanted an independent review is that the politics would be kept aside, and then you'll get a fair assessment, so that maybe the executive can be able to decide on the way forward.
Is it possible to get that report on the feasibility? That gave the fund a clean bill of health.
Yes, as said by the Senator, we have the internal review of the fund and actually the 10-year review of the fund, which with all the achievements therein, we can actually provide that report. Thank you.
Okay. Let Senator Ezana go on record, and then Senator Hamida will ask you a question.
Senator Ezena Lemalitian from Samburu County and a member of this committee. Thank you.
Okay, Senator Hamida.
Chair, no, I'm saying I've only realized that most governors are reluctant to tidy up what their colleagues had done. And I'm just saying hypothetically, na nakuombea Mungu rudi tena. Hypothetically, if you don't, so you can imagine another one inherits the same. You understand? Before he has tidied up. In fact, I was just with Governor Mungaro, and he was telling me how he's trying to tidy up what the other, of course, governor had done. So he's saying for the last 2 years or 3 years, he has just been trying to clean up, or tidy up. So yeah, it's more or less a trend. I think I've realized with the other governors, but then I think governor would say, you like it or not, you just have to deal with it. I mean, so that at least even you clear records, because if you leave it, then again, it will be handed on to you. So I think the sooner you clear up, the better for you. Sant.
Okay, Governor.
Chair, I take the advice, but I also want to see how it will be implemented because the immediate former governor is your colleague now, and you know that. When we had the park on the other committee, park, they said Eldoret is a crime scene that time. So I'm trying to take care of the name of the county, at the same time try to understand and put ourselves out of this quagmire. So maybe advice in future, when you become a governor, you don't go to Senate immediately. You wait a little bit until we get to know what is it that you did before you. I'm sorry, but I think that's my advice, humble advice. Thank you very much. Okay, asante.
So I think bring that document in 3 weeks' time. That viability and the feasibility for that fund that gave it a fresh approval. Would want to look at it. I think this would be all for these reports. Do we now have approved fund regulations?
Yes, Chair, we have an approved ungazetted fund regulations, and we also have an
Gazette
approved.
supplement number 3 of May 6th, 2026?
Yes, we also have an approved policy. Thank you.
Auditor, have you cited that?
Thank you, Chair. Yes, we confirmed, and that particular recommendation on to do with the regulations was confirmed and implemented.
Okay, members, I think we can let that go. And then the second report we want to look at, auditor, is the report for Eldoret Water and Sanitation Company Limited for the year 24-25. We did look at this report and we made our report with recommendations. Now we want to look at how we have implemented our recommendations. The first issue was irregular management of water revenue. Auditor, what was the issue?
Thank you, Chair. Regular management of water revenue. The statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income reflects total revenue of Kenya shillings 1,251,059,625. Included in this amount is operating revenue of Kenya shillings 1,157,275,453. That comprises of water sales of Kenya shillings 841,835,286 Kenya shillings. Sewerage services of Kenya shillings 282,219,015 Kenya shillings, and billing of other services of Kenya shillings 33,221,152 as disclosed at note 6A. Further review of management of water revenue reviewed the following anomalies. 1. It was observed that 751,834 meter transactions with total revenue of Kenya shillings 963,464,719 were cancelled or bills credited deny the company revenue. 2. The previous meter readings had higher bills readings than the current readings for 3 meters with total amount of Kenya shillings 193,835. This anomaly indicated that there was interference with the meters. 3. It was noted that 17 meters whose consumption readings were taken and recorded were not billed. 4. The company installed 1,321 new meter connections. However, no deposits were collected from new connections. 5. The company had 19,862 active meters which were not billed. 6. 83 M-Pesa payments for water with an amount of Kenya shillings 547,356 for account number 160,100,877.26 were reversed. 7. 120 water bill payments made by customers through the bank amounting to Kenya shillings 11,904,512 were reversed. In the circumstances, the accuracy and completeness of total revenue of Kenya shillings 1,251,059,625 could not be confirmed. Thank you, Chair.
Governor, give us your status of implementation of the recommendations. Guide us to where you are reading the page, please.
Thank you, Chair. I'm reading page 1, the column you are seeing down there, that the management of elders Eldo Water and Sanitation Company came up with the following controls on billing. One, billing control review. The management of the company reviewed the billing and customer management system to identify the causes and the frequency of erroneous bill cancellations. And I provided the annexure there, annexure 1, and then restricted cancellation rights. Billing cancellation and adjustment rights have been restricted to designated officers. All cancellations are now supported by an approved adjustment on cancellation form. The reason for the adjustment: customer account details, meter number, amount affected, and the approving officer. Annexure 2 to support that. And then on reconciliation framework, the company has developed and commenced implementation of reconciliation framework covering meter data, meter replacements and removals, rebills, and any customer accounts adjustment. During the financial year, the smart metering project was rolled out. 49,383 smart and smart enabled meters were installed within the city. This has improved billing accuracy and reduced anomalies in meter readings. The summary of the 19,863 unbilled meters and the status of the 30th June 2026 has been attached as per Annexure 3. The management of the company reviewed of the M-Pesa and bank reversal processes and controls for the process were improved as follows. 1. Supporting documentation. Every reversal is supported by the customer's request for reversal customer or payer details, amount, date, reason for reversal, evidence of the erroneous or duplicate payments, initiator's approval request, and independent authorizer's approval. Secondly, daily and monthly reconciliation. M-Pesa and bank reversal reports are reconciled by the billing system, cash books, bank statements, and the general ledgers. Thank you, Chair.
Auditor, was that question answered?
Thank you, Chair. On recommendation number 1, management has established, has commenced implementation of the recommended controls. However, sustained implementation and evidence of their effectiveness in preventing erroneous bill cancellations and ensuring complete reconciliation will be confirmed during the subsequent audit, which is due to commence in September. On recommendation number 2, the specific committee recommendation requiring submission of the schedule of 19,862 unbilled active meters, a comprehensive remediation plan and implementation timelines has not been fully demonstrated. On recommendation number 3, management of the company reviewed the M-Pesa and bank reversal processes and controls. For the process were improved as follows: supporting documentation, daily and monthly reconciliation. For both of the 3 recommendations, we consider all of them as partially implemented, awaiting further review during the subsequent audit scheduled to commence in September. Thank you, Chair.
So it is an issue that you can keep in view.
Yes, Chair.
But Governor, why would we cancel a payment? Just so that we can understand clearly.
Chair, now that we have the real technical person, MD, let him respond to that. And
do you have a policy on cancellation? Or it's just sporadic and you just decide when to cancel and when to not to cancel?
Thank you, Chair. The reason actually for cancellation is no one decides what to cancel. It is because of the erroneous entries. If you see the issues of the M-Pesa, is that we have an M-Pesa code that customers pay through that M-Pesa code. Sometimes customers make a mistake and they pay into our M-Pesa system. That M-Pesa was not meant to come to Eldoret Water. It was supposed to go to somewhere, maybe another utility or another pay bill number. So that is where now we cancel and we reverse actually the money.
How is the process of that cancellation? And I'm saying, is there a policy?
Yes,
Because then if we it's allowed, then somebody must really come and make maybe a formal request for that reversal, you know. Do you have that process in a policy?
Yes, during the audit, the policy was not there, but now, as we've said, we've made sure that we've come up with a policy, and
Can
also
you
which
cite
states,
it here?
yes, which states actually how we are going to be undertaking those reversals,
Is it
and
in
who
a
authorizes.
Is it a document in this bundle?
Yes,
Which one is that? Because you
it's
didn't,
annex within Annex 1 and Annex 2. In the QMS, in the quality management system, and actually in the commercial policy and procedures manual.
Annex 1
and Annex 2.
Commercial policies and procedures.
Yes.
Okay, cite to me that particular one. That particular clause on cancellation. You must be having it there.
On the page 16 of the commercial policy and procedures.
Page 16. Okay, am I able to see that really?
On the commercial policy and procedures.
Yes, which clause there? There's policy.
Yes, on that policy, if you look at number 4, it states that a customer bill will be adjusted, debited or credited in such circumstances as wrong meter reading, wrong billing, for example, water billing without sewer connection, error in data entry, illegal connection, wrong position of posting of payments, proven cases deserving debit or credit adjustment and technical reasons.
Okay.
Adjustment of an account shall be done as per the customer service chapter.
Okay.
All adjustment processes shall be identified by a billing officer or area coordinator will approve, supported by a valid document and correct working, so as to avoid losing revenue in the company.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, the other recommendation was that you provide a schedule of all 19,862 unbilled active meters with a clear remediation plan for the full billing. Do we have that schedule?
Yes, we have. We've attached a summary, Annexure 3.
Okay. Auditor, did you look at it?
Thank you, Chair. As at the time of verification of the response, we had not seen that schedule.
So if the auditor has not seen it, then you really need to provide it. I don't know why you didn't provide it, yet it was there in black and white from our recommendations. Okay. It was not seen, it's not here. A full schedule. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah, please provide that full schedule. So also there's a very good recommendation here. Number 3, the governor ensures the accounting officer strengthens controls over M-Pesa and bank payment reversals by requiring dual authorization and submits a detailed reversal policy or policy you've done. But have you ensured that would have dual authorization before reversal?
Yes, that one
you've implemented that?
Yes, we've implemented that one.
Okay. So I think auditors can keep that in view.
Noted, Chair.
Okay. But give that schedule to the auditors within 2 weeks, because you're saying it is there. The other issue I want us to look at under this water company is long outstanding trade receivables. Auditor, please go through that issue.
Thank you, Chair. long outstanding trade receivables. The statement of financial position reflects trade and other receivables balance of Kenya shillings 687,608,856 as disclosed in note 24 to the financial statements, which includes customer balances of Kenya shillings 301,655,302 Kenya shillings, or approximately 47% of the total trade and other receivables relating to customer debts that are remained uncollected for over 7 years. Review of supporting documents, documentation revealed that recovery efforts were unsuccessful, casting doubt on the recoverability of the outstanding debts. Management had written liable bad debts provision amounting to Kenya shillings 60 million in the year under review, and there was no justification for the write back, considering that the receivables had been increasing. In addition, no provision for bad and doubtful debts was made. In the circumstances, the accuracy of valuation of trade and other receivables balance of Kenya shillings 608,856 could not.
We are supposed to ensure that the officer submits a debtor's schedule to the Auditor General for verification within 60 days of the adoption of the report, with clear timelines for each category of long outstanding receivables. Governor, do you have that schedule for the receivables?
Yes. The detailed data schedule and Annexure 5 is at an advanced stage of preparation and is undergoing validation by the finance, commercial, and internal audit departments and will be submitted to the Office of Auditor General by 31st August 2026.
Okay, so it is not ready.
Not ready.
Okay. But then it should be ready by 31st August. So auditors, you can look at it in the current audit.
Yeah, noted, Chair.
Yeah. But what are the challenges that delayed the preparation of this schedule? Because now we're in August. We tabled our report on that 1st of March. Those are many months: April, May, June, July, 4 months.
MD.
Sorry, Chair. The schedule is in our system. It's a very large document, but we've annexed actually a summary. But we are saying we'll be able to provide when we are doing the audit.
Where did you get the summary from?
We just summarized from the detailed report.
How can you know you're supposed to provide the detailed report?
Yeah.
Now you have the detailed report, you don't submit it, but then you give us a summary.
Yeah.
Why?
We have over 80,000 clients that we serve, connections. It's actually 80,000 water and 30,000 sewer. So that's 110,000. And each and every customer within a year has almost more than 12 transactions. In fact, double, because now a debit and a credit. So it was a bit large. We were to agree with the auditor that when they come, maybe we agree how we can be able to produce that data. That's why we produce a summary.
So you are already in providing the physical one. What about the digital one?
No,
because it can run in the computer. It is large.
Yeah.
You know, I'm imagining maybe it's the payroll for the government with 1 million employees. It runs. It can be seen, isn't it? Why are you saying yours is large? Large where? Large like this room? Large how? Is it boxes of files? You're not talking about files. We're talking accessibility of a digitized document. Auditor?
Yes, Chair. I just want to confirm to the committee that we have the capacity to scrutinize the entire document. So long as it's in soft, we have the tools to analyze and confirm what has been outstanding and for how long. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, so is it the CEO, MD? They have capacity to look at any document, however big. You just need to provide.
Noted, Chair.
That
We will
document.
provide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that document can hide some things, like the people who are not paying, because maybe, and when you get the names, you can start imagining it could be the CC finance, it could be you who is not paying. We want to have access to the names, isn't it? There are so many reasons why the auditor would ask for the names, isn't it? Yeah, we can have one person maybe who is owing the county 2, 3, 4, 5 million or 10 million. That's why they want to have a view of that document. So it's possible for you to provide. We'll still stand by this timeline, since it is just a few days to come, that 1st August 2026, so that in the next audit we have a comment on this, okay, by the auditors. Yes, auditor.
Chair, when we are doing verification of the response, I'm made to understand that there are also receivables from government entities, which maybe they are having a problem, and I expect them to mention maybe if this committee can also make a recommendation on how to recover this money. Thank you, Chair.
Yes, it is possible. If you have government, which is not government entities that are not paying your money, you can make a recommendation so that if the exchequer releases, that money is deducted at source by the CS Treasury. So do you have a problem accessing your money from national government entities?
Yes, Chair. We have some government entities, and we will be very glad to give this committee the list so that they can assist us recover this money.
Yeah, give that list so that can help you in following up that money, because we want the water company to remain afloat. Okay. So the last one here, not the last one really, but another recommendation was the governor ensures the accounting officer puts in place a specific bad and doubtful debts provision in line with IPSAS requirements and submits the same to the Auditor General in the subsequent audit cycle. Now, in the ongoing audit cycle, have you provided this?
Through the governor, we are actually finalizing on this, and as like we said, by 31st of August, we will be presenting our books. This should be included.
Now, for this particular one, you did not indicate, so make sure that you include it. We need that provision for bad and doubtful debts given to the auditor. Okay. Then the other one is the governor ensures the accounting officer conducts a detailed analysis of all long outstanding receivables and where debts are proven irrecoverable, seeks the board's approval and effects the write-off in accordance with Section 150 of PFMA and Regulation 141 of the PFMA. So, have we done that analysis?
Yes, we've done the analysis, and this is part of the report that we will provide after our audit, after our board approval next week. We will be able to provide to the.
So also by that 1st August, yes, we'll have that report. Okay.
Chair, it is also worth noting that the management of the company has consistently reduced the trade payables. The trade payables as at 30th June 2026 was 886,177,721, supported by Annexure 8, out of which 74,269,479 is current.
You're talking about payables or receivables?
Long-standing trade payables.
No, we're talking about receivables, but because we've gone to payables, let's go to payables.
127,216 as disclosed in note 36 to the financial statements. However, review of the trade payables aging analysis reviewed that trade payables balance of Kenya shillings 44,357,076 had been outstanding for a period of more than 30 days as indicated in the table below. Outstanding for more than 180 days, 22,428,227. Outstanding for more than 150 days, 2,844,624.5. Outstanding for more than 120 days, 6,144,837.9. Outstanding for more than 90 days, 12,939,386.7. Outstanding for more than 60 days, 13,606,633.2. Outstanding for more than 30 days, 18,078,785.7. Now the current portion of that is 24,084,720.96. In the circumstances, the propriety of trade and other payables balance of Kenya shillings 297,298,943 is in doubt. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, Governor, what was your response to the status of implementation of that recommendation?
Thank you, Chair. This is what I just read, that the management of this company has consistently reduced the trade payables. The trade payables as at 30th June 2026 was 86,177,721, supported by Annexure 8, out of which 74,269,479 is current.
Auditor, have you confirmed that is the case?
Thank you, Chair. The specific requirement to prepare and submit creditors' repayment plan with timelines are not been submitted. So we consider the issue not implemented. The recommendation, sorry.
Governor, it seems you didn't understand that recommendation because you're supposed to prepare a repayment plan.
MD?
But you have not given us a repayment plan.
Let's get the view of the MD, Chair.
Yes, MD.
Thank you, Chair. The trade receivables, the issue actually was that
these are payables.
Yes, payables. Sorry, is that the company had didn't have cash flow to pay at that point because we were operating in a tariff that was not cost recovery. At that point, during the beginning of the financial year, we had initiated a new tariff, which was gazetted.
But you're answering a different question because we just want a payment plan, a schedule for payment of that payable, outstanding payable.
Oh yeah, we had the payment plan.
What is it?
I think maybe we did not, we were not able to attach, but we can be able to provide. But however, the reason why I was explaining was that it was because of that. Usually, elders, we don't have a lot of outstanding payables, but that was that period. But currently, as we speak, that's why we've said out of that, we've been able to clear all those trade payables.
Yes, you've been. No, just a minute. You've paid everything. Yeah. You've been able to pay everything.
Okay, the long outstanding. We've
the long
paid
outstanding.
all the long outstanding. Yeah.
Okay, auditor, have you seen that?
Thank you, Chair. We have not seen that, but once they prepare and submit financial statements for 25-26, we'll be able to confirm, audit the balance and confirm what is outstanding for current and long term. Thank you, Chair.
So how much have you paid for long term? Because you just said all must be a figure.
Yes. Out of this 86 million that was outstanding then, we've paid all.
86.
What is outstanding now is the current.
24, that is current.
It's current.
Okay, you have evidence to that?
We can provide that evidence. Yeah,
Oh, it's
and
not
we
here.
have also an X8.
But you know, MD,
Sure.
if you have paid, why can't you just give us evidence? Then you write off that this has been done. So the 74 million is very current.
Yes.
Okay. Vice Chair, you wanted to ask something?
Chair, you have already asked what I wanted to.
Okay.
The evidence for repayment.
Okay. Beautiful. So you can keep that in view, auditor, in the ongoing audit. We want to look at unresolved prior year audit matters. Unresolved. How many issues were unresolved?
Thank you, Chair. In the audit report of the previous year, several paragraphs were raised under the report of financial statements, report on lawfulness and effectiveness in use of public resources, and report on effectiveness in internal controls, risk management, and governance. However, no report or recommendations from the management of the company and oversight bodies were submitted for audit verification. Therefore, the issues remain unresolved, contrary to Section 149, subsection 2I of the Public Finance Management Act of 2012, which require accounting officers designated for account government entities to try to resolve any issues resulting from an audit that remain outstanding. We had an appendix to that effect, Chair.
Yes.
We have a total of 6 issues that remained unresolved as per Appendix 1 to the report. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, Governor.
Chair, there is an audit steering committee that looks at prior years' audit issues and oversees different processes in the company. The audit steering committee is guided by the draft which in Annex 9.
Where have you read that? Annex 9? Okay. Auditor, have you seen that committee, the audit steering committee, and what is its terms of reference? Is it working, Auditor?
Thank you, Chair. We have seen the initial measures through the governance mechanism to address prior audit issues through the committee that has been established. However, during the next audit, we'll confirm full implementation of the issues that have been outstanding and confirm the documentary evidence that is in place during the audit. Thank you, Chair.
So
we consider the issue as partially resolved, Chair.
Okay. Governor, that committee, when was it constituted? And has it given any report? Has it provided any report? MD.
Yes, thank you, Chair. The committee was constituted in the committee was constituted in November last year, and actually there is issues that we've been able to sort out from the prior year audit queries. We can be able to identify and say this is issues that we've been able to move, and I'm sure the auditor, when he comes in, he can be able to look at all those documentations and the movement, how we've moved from where we were to where we are.
So I think you should be able to provide, you are able to provide that by 31st of August. So
Yes.
that as you give the other documents, you also provide that.
Yes, we can do that.
Auditor.
Thank you, Chair. I think the correct approach should have been the audit committee of the board should be the one steering this process, not another steering committee. And secondly, that committee then would be working with the support of the internal auditor to verify the implementation, and therefore then we would have a very clear way of seeing all the 6 items and how they've been implemented, Chair. That I think would have been more on a governance aspect. That would have been a better way of handling than creating another steering committee to follow up on implementation.
So this is another audit committee, not an audit committee of the board.
We have an audit committee of the board, who follows also the audit issues. But this is a management committee that ensures that the items that has appeared in the audit are implemented.
How is it constituted? Who are the members?
The members are, if you go to page 6, Annexure 9, page
Annexure
page
9.
6.
Chair, I just wanted to know if there is evidence of the appointment of that committee and
Yes,
their
yes.
meetings.
Okay. Let us see the appointing of that committee, the letters and everything.
We have the appointment letters for each committee member. I think we didn't attach here, but we can be able to provide as soon as
Okay.
possible. Yeah.
So what you're getting us to is what? Is the steering committee policy?
Yes, the policy. And showing the membership.
Oh, it has a membership?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's page 6.0 membership. Chairperson is the managing director. Members are general manager finance, general manager technical services, general manager commercial services.
For the water company?
Yes, for the water company.
Am I not seeing a duplication? Oh, this one is from the management.
Yes, this is the management.
This is
But
the
we have
management.
a standalone audit committee from the board.
On the board?
Yes.
Okay. So I think auditors can keep that issue in view.
Noted, Chair.
Okay, but provide the documents that we have cited. The next issue that we want to look at is inadequate management of non-revenue water.
Thank you, Chair. Non-revenue water. The statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income reflects operating revenue amount of Kenya shillings 1,157,275,453, which includes water sales amount of Kenya shillings 841,835,286 Kenya shillings, as disclosed in Note 6A to the financial statements. Records provided for audit review indicated that the company produced a total of Kenya shillings 15,442,959 cubic meters of water, out of which only 9,520,106 cubic meters were billed to customers. The balance of Kenya shillings 5,922,853 cubic meters, or approximately 38% of the total volume of water produced, therefore represents non-revenue water, which was 13% or 2,026,239 cubic meters over and above the allowable loss of 25%, in accordance with the Schedule E of Water Services Regulatory Board guidelines. The 13% in non-revenue water translated to a loss of revenue over and above the acceptable level, amounting to Kenya shillings 127,653,057, as the average tariff applied was Kenya shillings 63. In the circumstances, management was in breach of the law. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, Governor, there are recommendations that you're supposed to implement.
That the management of Eldoret Water and Sanitation Company has developed a comprehensive non-revenue water reduction plan at Annexure 10, and that has supported non-revenue water reduction efforts. Non-revenue water for the year 2024-2025 was at 38.22%, and for the year 2025-2026, it has reduced to 37.22%.
But what were the actual measures? There's some slight marginal reduction, but what were the actual measures?
Yes, Chair. The action measures was that we deployed the smart meters in the areas. We did minimum infrastructure rehabilitation, and we actually involved the water police unit to be able to sort out the illegal connections. When we did the smart metering, The unfortunate part is that the non-revenue water went up. I think because the smart meters are very accurate in measuring. So it went up instead of coming down. But now from there, we are now managing using the data that we are getting from the smart meters to now bring down. So I'm sure if the measure was right, then it should have been even maybe the reduction would be more.
What is that?
Thank you, Chair. I think as per the recommendation that was made then was that they needed to segregate their non-revenue water into the components of either physical or commercial, because only then would you then be able to have mitigating measures that actually address the concerns. So what percentage is physical, what percentage is commercial, then from there then you can come up with mitigation measures that will actually make a major impact in reducing the non-revenue water. Thank you, Chair.
Governor, is it possible to get that segregation with commercial and physical and revenue water?
Yes, we've identified, if you look at the non-revenue reduction work plan that we've done in Annex 10, we've been able to come up with.
Let me see it first, then.
Annex 10.
Which page?
Non-revenue, page 8. Yeah. So from the, I don't know, Chair, whether you are.
Just go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Yes, 5.5, the component target for physical and commercial losses. From the baseline that you're talking about 38%, we are saying the physical losses are 26% and the commercial losses are 12%. So, and now as we go to the targets, that's what we've been able to reduce on, specifically the physical losses here.
Auditor, did you see that? That disaggregation?
Thank you, Chair. We have not seen that. That's why we are saying the issue is partially implemented because there was no documentary evidence provided to demonstrate implementation of the replacement of dilapidated water infrastructure and application of GIS-based system for real-time detection of bursts and leakages. So the issue is still not fully implemented. The recommendations, we are yet to receive more evidence on this. Thank you, Chair.
Governor, you're saying that the smart meters are an ineffective way of addressing the issue of non-revenue water. This is the first time I'm hearing this.
Chair, it is actually it's a very effective way of doing it.
But when you applied it,
the other meters that
you discovered that non-revenue water went up.
Yes, because the meters that we are using, the mechanical meters, were not measuring accurately. So even our NRW was a bit low, but in real sense, the water that we were losing was more. So now the smart meters are measuring to the accurate, to the drop. Now we can be able to calculate the correct non-revenue water.
Okay. I don't think I understand that. Because if you're measuring accurately, then again, non-revenue water goes up. It's supposed to go down. I can't understand. Unless there's somebody who's understanding that. Okay. But
Chair, let the CEC Finance interject.
You're able to, okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Honorable Chair. I think what the MD is saying is that the initial parameters that were being used were not accurate. The initial parameters were not accurate, and they were showing the non-revenue water as low. But in actual sense, that was not the case. So when the smart meters were applied, it gave an indication that actually the non-revenue water was still up. But if the correct parameters had been used previously, then there would be a significant reduction in the non-water revenue.
In fact, what you're saying is that the non-revenue water that was captured here is actually lower. It's supposed to be much higher.
The initial was low. That the baseline, the baseline was not correct. But now with the introduction of this, it gave the correct position. So that that variance, that the decrease in, the movement showed a small movement, but in real sense, if the correct parameters had been used earlier, then it would have been a significant improvement.
Okay. So then, sharply, let's see this. Based on those improvements.
Chair, sorry, just
Yes,
to understand.
Senator, yes.
Is it trying to say that you're doing the correct thing now? Is it being done correctly now?
Yes, it is being done correctly and accurately now.
These are targets. That's what I'm seeing here. That if you read 5.5, what we are going through, you say that recognizing that non-revenue water consists of distinct components requiring different intervention strategies, annual targets have been established for both physical, that is real losses, and commercial. So these are targets.
Chair, I was referring to the baseline.
Oh, so this is
you have the baseline, and then now you can have the target based on the baseline where you are.
Okay.
Because the recommendation of the committee was for us to be able to separate the physical losses and the commercial losses.
Okay.
So we've separated to get the baseline. Now, as we are targeting physical losses and commercial losses.
So like now the baseline is at 8.5.
Yes.
For overall and revenue water. Physical 26.35. Commercial 12.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
And you want to bring it down to year 1, 27 for overall, and then 25 in the year 26, 27. Isn't
Yes.
it?
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll be able to achieve that in the next 2 years. What is desirable? That is 25%.
Yes, that is our aspiration.
Okay. Okay.
Chair,
Yes, Senator Izana.
I think I am kind of understanding what he's trying to explain. The fact that there has been an introduction of smart meters practically reduces losses, especially those encountered from leakages, and usually they are ignored, even at our homes. When you have the old meters, usually there's a lot of leakage and you don't account for that water. And that's practically a real loss. But when you introduce smart metering, then it accounts for how the full amount that passes through the pipes. And when you look at the table, as the year goes by, we're expecting more reduction. That means whatever smart meters that they're using now will eventually reduce the losses as we approach the year 2027.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
All right.
Yeah, so in terms of dilapidated infrastructure, I know it's not upon you to replace, but are there any replacements so that we reduce non-revenue water?
The replacements that we are doing is very minimal because of the budget constraint, but we have a national entity called North Rift Waterworks, which which are mandated to be able to do the big infrastructure, and we've given them all infrastructure that needs to be replaced and all the new infrastructure that needs to be done. I'm sure that's what they're actually working on.
Okay, members, I think we can hold it here. We can adopt the written responses for the other issues, especially non-compliance with National Cohesion and Integration Act. You know, you need to work on that. Okay. Just maybe in 2 sentences. What are you doing to work on that? Because the query will still remain here.
We are addressing it from the recruitment point of view, where we are giving each and every person equal opportunity. And when we do our adverts, we ensure that we do it nationally. And sometimes we try and share the adverts with the respective institutions like the disability, so that it can attract this. Yeah. However, some in most cases, like
Disabilities, those are different. These ones for national cohesion are about distribution amongst the ethnic communities living in.
Yes.
Uasin
That's what I'm
Gishu.
saying. When we do this adverts, also we try as much as possible to be able to use national media to be able to attract all kind of qualified personnel, and we encourage. And sometimes we do intentional, actually having that mix.
Okay. And then the last one now for us today, unless members have something different, delay in completion of capital projects, the work in progress. In your reports, you are not putting in place the date of commencement of projects. Okay. So much so that the auditors are not able to ascertain the delays in implementation of projects. Have you implemented that? The projects that were not completed during the time of audit, have they now been implemented?
Yes, true. They've all been implemented. There were 7 projects which were outstanding, but we've been able to finalize all of them, and we have the completion certificates, and we've been able to ensure that the completion certificate has a start date and an end date.
Auditor, is that so?
Thank you, Chair. I assigned 2 sub-teams to go around and confirm the projects, and they did so. They confirmed that the projects are complete. We also have the photos, we have the completion certificates, also with the scope of work and the date of commencement of the projects. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. So I think members, unless there's anybody with anything. Yes, Vice Chair.
Chair, I have a concern on the non-compliance with the national cohesion. Issue 14.
Yes. What is the issue?
Non-compliance with National Cohesion and Integration Act 208.
Okay. I had asked that and they said that they're implementing through employment, during employment.
Was I here? I didn't hear. Was I here?
Okay, maybe answer again, MD.
Yes, through the chair. Actually, we say that we are. This is an historical issue, where most of the staff actually were from the defunct municipality, which were heavily from the dominant community. What we are trying to do now is that when we are doing any recruitment, we ensure that we give each and every person an equal opportunity. And we do this by ensuring that all the advertisements, we do it nationally, and we encourage other organizations, other people to apply. And we do it deliberately. Even in the selection, we ensure that we give, sometimes we had to ensure that we give higher chances to people who are not from the dominant community. And we can be able to demonstrate for the last recruitments that we did, we actually, out of 5 recruitments that we did, 3 were not from the dominant community.
Okay, I discovered the governor had left, so just pause a bit until he comes back. We can donate our closing remarks to who? Who has any closing remarks? One person? In the absence, then Governor, you can do your closing remarks.
Thank you, Chair. I think our coming here is to enable us to do work efficiently and to make sure that we give the value that it deserves. And I want to commend the MD. He's also a new one, and I'm seeing him doing a lot of improvement, especially in terms of, guiding the staff. Is not revenue water and the rest. We are seeing a lot of changes there, positive changes. And we want to commend especially this committee again for pointing out issues, especially the Auditor General, where we are not seeing ourselves. Thank you very much.
Okay, just like the MD, I'm also very new in this committee, 2 weeks old, but I'm not new to these issues because I've been in this committee since 2018. And I was inquiring from my clerk if we have had opportunity to come there. This committee came a long time ago, I think 3 years ago. If we get opportunity, we'll come and see the type of projects and programs that you're doing in Uasin Gishu, so that we get to appreciate that whatever you present to us here is what is happening on the ground. Otherwise, thank you so much, Governor, for coming in this session, that you account for the funds that you use on behalf of the Uasin Gishu people and the people of Kenya. Wish you well as you go back to Uasin Gishu. There are still, just wanted to say that for the hospitals, we'll look at the written responses and see what you've recommended. If there'll be any need to get further responses, then they'll be responded to when we come to Uasin Gishu. Otherwise, members will remain a bit, don't go fast. Let the governor and his team exit, and maybe the auditors, and then we'll have some small in-house meeting to prepare for tomorrow. Thank you so much and safe travel.
Thank you, Chair. Let me say you are welcome to Uasin Gishu.
We will come.
Thank you very much.